In many arenas, our next speaker is considered to be the guru of urban sustainability. A father of 5 sons, he is the executive director of the UBC Sustainability Initiative and a lead author in the last 3 reports of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. This shared the Nobel Peace Prize in 2007 with Al Gore. His own research focuses on the intersection of sustainability, change, and community engagement. He is currently leading the development of the Center for Interactive Research on Sustainability, now under construction at UBC, which upon completion will be one of the greenest buildings in North America. He's kind of a big deal. Please welcome Dr. John Robinson.
Thank you very much. I want to start with a confession. 35 years of publishing articles on sustainability in journals whose circulation is inversely proportional to their prestige has not turned out to be a really effective way of creating societal change. So I want to talk tonight about an alternative approach we're trying to develop at UBC with some of our partners. It's based on the recognition that you can't walk down the street of Vancouver without tripping over a sustainability policy, program, strategy, or initiative, but they tend to be one-off. They tend to be ad hoc, unintegrated. They're islands of sustainability in a swamp of standard operating procedure and business as usual. We have to find ways to integrate that. So we want to create a program around that is intended to accelerate and integrate sustainability. The Center for Interactive Research on Sustainability, or CIRS. CIRS is intended to make a tangible difference to sustainability in our region. And we want to be judged by that in 10 years, whether there's been a visible difference to sustainability, because we think the urgency is there. We have to do everything we can. The opportunity is huge. We can help to make Canada a world leader in a number of areas of applied sustainability. We've picked 3. The first is building design and operations. We have more LEED certified architects per capita in BC than anywhere else in the country. It's not enough. And we have to go beyond design to operations. The second area of our focus is community engagement. We have to find ways to engage people in new ways to build the social constituency for the kind of policy change we need to achieve sustainability. And our third agenda is partnerships and implementation. We have to find ways to work with the private sector, the public sector, the NGO sector, and us, the research sector, to make sustainability happen on the ground in this region as a springboard to the rest of the planet. I want to walk through each of those in a little more detail. First, the building, water. Surely to God, we don't need water supply from the city in Vancouver. Our building will live entirely off rainwater. All of that water will be treated on site. That means that all the water leaving our building will be cleaner than the rainwater landing on the roof. That means we're net positive in water quality. We're also net positive in energy and carbon emissions. Adding a 50,000 square foot building to UBC will reduce UBC's energy use and reduce UBC's carbon emissions. We're also net positive in structural carbon, which you hear less about but is very important. We're going to build a wood building and we're going to sequester more carbon in that building than all the carbon emitted in building the building and decommissioning it at the end of its life. We think cities should see themselves as carbon sequestration engines. This is a big agenda that cities should be deeply involved in, especially in a province like BC with the wood resources we have and all that dead carbon out there. You may be wondering what this is going to cost. This is 20 UBC buildings where we've plotted the construction cost against the floor space. These are all LEED silver and gold buildings. You can see that we're on the line. The CIRS building is on the line. Our estimates are you can build a building that's beyond LEED Platinum for essentially no extra cost if you design it right in the first place. Then we want to engage people. When you sit down and talk to your friends about your life, you don't use cost-benefit analysis, you tell stories. We think landscape visualization is a very powerful way to tell visual stories. People live in landscapes, they understand landscapes. And so we want to engage them in terms of discussions about what kind of city they want to work in. We also build computer games, which we've sold to 18 cities across North America, which we use in workshops, we use on the web, and in kiosks. In Chicago, 2,000 people came to our workshops and played MetroQuest. 4,000 played it on the web. 20,000 came to the 5 kiosks across the city and entered data about what kind of city they wanted to live in. We see a huge opportunity to engage people. We're going to build a decision theatre in SIRS. It's the BC Hydro Theatre. And in that theatre, we're going to do all of the things I've been talking about to engage people. We're going to work with the City of Vancouver. We hope to engage up to 100,000 residents of the city over the next 2 years in exploring sustainable futures, using social media, using the web, using workshops, using kiosks. Then part 3 is engage partners in making things happen on the ground. Partners in the private sector, partners in the public sector, partners in the NGO sector, all of whom are needed. Our role in SIRS is to create the conversations, to be the grout that ties together these partners and makes the conversations happen. Conversations about what kind of policies are required to foster sustainability. We got to get the rules right. Conversations about what kind of commercialization is required to get these sustainable products and services out into the marketplace. We can't change the world if we don't change all of the sectors of society, including the private sector. Then the next step is to take these ideas and apply them across the campus and beyond. And to that end, UBC President Stephen Toop announced in January the creation of this new strategic management group and program called the UBC Sustainability Initiative, or USI. The goal of USI is to integrate operational and academic sustainability in everything we do at UBC in the context of 2 cross-cutting themes. Let's treat the whole campus as a single integrated laboratory of sustainability in which everything we do is a test bed. Everything also has research and teaching attached to it, all the operational sustainability decisions. Then let's try and work with partners in the community and create an agent of change where we work with our partners to do it elsewhere. Our greenhouse gas targets are pretty extensive. We reached Kyoto in 2007. We're going to get 33% better by 2015, 66% better by 2020, and 0 carbon by 2050. These are very ambitious targets. To do this, we're going to treat the whole campus as a single integrated energy system and eventually add water and waste to the mix. And we're going to transform the physical infrastructure of the campus to meet those targets and treat all of that as a teaching and a research opportunity. We're going to work with the City of Vancouver as part of the Agent of Change. We've signed an MOU to work together on transforming the campus and also working across the city. To that end, we've put 10 grad students this summer into the 10 teams that you heard about from Mayor Robertson to help with that process. And they're going to give us some wood waste to run our biomass plant that we're going to be installing over the next year. I can't resist ending with this slide. This is the construction site last week. After all these years, we're finally under construction and we'll be opening our doors next year. Thanks very much.